Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? It is your boy, Shazman21, and welcome to another YouTube video by your boy, Shazman21. Now, it's been a minute since I've, made a video like this, and last time I did a video, something similar to this was like about, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, or maybe several months ago. Let me double check real quick. Cause it has been a minute, so let me just double check real quick. Pause. Alright. Oh, yeah, my experience of being a black nurse, that was like 2 weeks ago. And a lot of other interesting stuff, like, so programmer, stories of why teenagers should not take it, was a month ago. Just kind of crazy to think about, but yeah. Anyways, that's besides the point. And, of course, I'm still dealing with allergies, so if there's like somehow like an abrupt cut, is because of the fact that I'm dealing with allergies right now. But it's just it is what it is. Gotta keep on with the show. You know what I'm saying? Or what was it saying? Like the show must go on. Yeah, the show must go on. So I've talked about this, not in like great length, but I've talked about just like this like thing about being single, and also just like this misconception that people have that being single is like a really bad thing. Give me guys a second real quick. All right, now we're back. So yeah, I just want to just get into this idea about this whole being single, and the misconception of being single. And to further my point, I just want to like give my experience on it, because I have been single for 3 years, and it has been exactly, well, almost not entirely exactly 3 years, but it's getting closer to it. But all I'm saying is, like, either way, it's been 3 years since I've last been in a committed relationship. So albeit in that relationship it wasn't really a healthy one, dare I say. It was very toxic, and I don't know, I don't want to get into too much with that relationship, because it's a bit much to talk about. But all I'm gonna say is, like, afterwards, things got a little better. And that's something I want to like point out, is like, this like idea that, if you're single, then that means there's something wrong with you. And well, actually, those are just misconceptions. But it's just like, is an example though. It's just like, you're not fulfilled in life because you're single, or that what else is there? Just, you're unhappy, you will never find love, and all this other crap. It's just like, it's stupid if you really think about it, because it's just like, to equate happiness with being with another person is a bit much if you really think about it, because it's just like, the thing is, happiness should also still come from within as well. It's not like you necessarily need it from another person. Of course, it would be amazing to have it with someone that actually cares and loves for you. But I believe just loving yourself should, come as a priority as well. Because if you don't take care of yourself, then how the hell are you going to be able to maintain a relationship? You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that in a little bit more. But anyways, here's some like bullet points that I want to like list off, that I also like share in like some articles too, that anyways, let's just go ahead and get into it. So I have like 5 bullet points I want to talk about, and that is like the pros and cons of being single, handling being alone, especially on Valentine's Day, the myths and misconceptions of being single, the benefits of being single, and also just leaving as the last one as like my final bullet point, that's like the most important thing, and that is, of course, prioritizing your health and well-being regardless of the relationship status. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the pros and cons of being single. So I guess we might as well start off with the pros. So I guess like pro number 1 would be that you spend less time with another person, because it takes up time. And I don't like to say that people are a distraction, but if your life is like really really busy, and sometimes you just need some time away from people, at least just to like work on a few things that you need to like, get done, like, a project, or a certain project, or a certain assignment that you need to get done, or a certain deadline that you need to like, honed in. Like sometimes, having somebody can be a bit of a distraction if they don't understand, how much of a busy person that you are. You know, another pro would be spending less money. And I mean less money. What I mean by that is just like, you're able to somewhat spend money, but it's like you do it in a way that's just like, for yourself. Because it's like, let's keep it real, just like having to buy something plus taxes could be already enough for one person. Imagine doing it with two. Yeah, that could be a bit much at times. And again, not to say like, to deter and say like, oh, it's a bad thing to like, buy this and that for your love. It's like, no, if you're in love with someone, please do that. If you have enough money to, of course, do that or afford that, or better experience, please take them out on a picnic date. Picnic date. I think I said it right. I don't know. All I'm saying is just, take her out to like, really fun places that doesn't necessarily require a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But that's just if you don't like have enough money at the moment. But I'm saying like, if you do have enough money, take her out every now and then. To like really fun places to, have fun with, maybe to the movies, maybe to some like event that goes down, maybe a dancing event, maybe I don't know, quinceañera event, stuff like that. Like just something that's like, fun for the both of y'all. And for me, since I'm like into anime stuff, it's like, I recently went to Comic-Con, and pretty soon I'm going to be going to Anime Con. And it's just like, if I were to be in a committed relationship with another person, or okay, not necessarily like a committed relationship, but just like, let's say I want to go on a date, I just want to, maybe take them out there or whatever, stuff like that. Like, just like plan ahead with the stuff with that if you're gonna be going on a date. Otherwise, just when you're single, it's just like it's very cost effective. It's basically you don't spend a lot of time with another person, because let's face it, it's hard enough to deal with like money as a single person. If you add like two, or if you're polyamorous like that, like adding another person to it, that could cost you a lot, man. So it's like financially you gotta like be very cognitive about it. And being single, I think, would be the best, because it's just like you don't have to worry too much about where you spend your money on and stuff. And then another pro would definitely be more sleep. Oh yes, absolutely, more sleep. I mean, I'm telling you, like, sometimes you really want to just like lay down, and you don't want to like stay on the phone for too long. You just just stuff like that. Like, of course, if you want to do that, fine, because even I have done it a few times. But what I'm saying is just like, if you really prioritize your sleep, and all this other stuff, is like it helps, because like you function as a person. Because if you lose any amount of sleep, that could mess you up completely. And do I really want to get to some details on it? I will say just one time when me and my ex, whatever, that was like after that, whatever. So I was following with her for the whole entire night. Never, ever, ever, ever again. Because wow, did I lose so much sleep. I only got to sleep until 4 o'clock a.m. No, I'm not doing that shit again. Cause like, oh god, oh yeah, no. I again, like, I don't want to get into too much details on that, but it's just like, again, that like, ugh, lost so much sleep from that. Especially like afterwards, like when the day rolled in, right after. Oh, I couldn't even function at all. It was a lot, man. So just with being single, man, oh, it was a blessing, because it's just like being able to get 7, 8, sometimes even 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Whew! That's amazing. But that's just like if, you know, you're not like having some like other responsibilities going on or not. But it's just, again, when you're single, it's just like, it feels so amazing to just wind down and chill all by yourself. Hell, even listen to some nice little smooth music too while you're at it. Like, phew, I think I might start doing that after this recording. Just get myself a little zassy real quick and, you know, look good. And, you know, chill in my bed and just, you know, drink some water. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, Kool-Aid with some little, like, fruits in it. Like, maybe apples, blueberries, orange. Ooh, that might be good right now. Anyways, I'm getting carried away. Anyways, all I'm saying is, like, you know, you will have more sleep than you'll ever think. And it will just be amazing. Now, of course, again, if you're with, like, someone that's amazing, that also helps just as much, if not even more. But all I'm saying is just, like, you know, when you're not in a like, you know, such a restricted relationship, it's just like, you feel free to just be like, I can relax and chill. You know, stuff like that. And I guess one final pro would be just, you spend more time prioritizing yourself and, you know, you work on at least being the best that you can at the moment and just basically just working on yourself. Like, that's a really good pro to being single. Is just, you know, you're working towards bettering yourself every single day, and it's a good feeling. And you're also on a self-developmental journey as well to at least become a better person, because that's, you know, always key. Cons. I would have to say there are some cons to this, and I would say the first biggest one would definitely, and this is something like every single people deal with all the time, even me, and that is loneliness. Yes, loneliness can be such a pain in the bumhole. Like, it really can be. And, you know, it's just, sometimes you want to, you know, have somebody there to, you know, talk about certain things, or just maybe even hold someone's hand. Who knows what it really is. But it's just like, it can get lonely sometimes. It sucks because, like, you know, you want something, but it's like you're single at the moment because you want to focus on yourself, or probably just by circumstances. Who really knows? But it's just like, it can suck ass because you want something, but at the moment you just can't have it. That'd be like if, let's say, you're on a diet and you gotta, like, you know, be a little, like, restrictive on some things that you can't necessarily eat at the moment. Say, like, you know, I guess, oh yeah, okay, having a cookie. Like, you would have it, like, every single time, but it's like, you want to be able to lose weight or lose fat or lose whatever to, you know, function right. And, like, you want to crave some cookies, but it's like, you want to wait a little bit on that. Because, you know, you don't want to, like, just have it and then be like, oh, I want more, and then, you know, whatever. But it's like, you want to, like, save that until, like, you know, you really, like, achieve something and stuff like that. So, I don't know. But otherwise, just weird analysis aside, it can get really lonely sometimes. And it can suck if you're not able to, you know, cope with it in the best way possible. Like, it really can. And it can be really sad. I guess another con would be comparisons, but more specifically, you know, with couples, because just like sometimes, and I'll get to social media here in a minute, but it's just like sometimes whenever you see couples just having a good time, sometimes you might feel a little envy and just be like, these happy little fuckers, I wish I had that too, you know, stuff like that. Like that, yeah, it could just be a pain in the butt to, like, be like, I want that type of happiness. Why the hell do you guys have it? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that could suck too, man. It can. And, you know, I had to, like, also catch myself, you know, trying not to be, like, too envy or, like, too glad that their relationship is just, like, you know, it is what it is. So it's just, like, you know, I sometimes have to catch myself, you know, thinking, like, you know, oh, I wish I had that. But it's like, right now, I don't, because I need to focus on myself and, focus on like things that, I need to work on, and traumas that I need to, like, you know, pretty much, get through on a personal level. But otherwise, it's just like, it could suck. And speaking of which, social media. Oh boy, can that really, really suck. And this is the final point of cons. There might be some more cons to it. If you guys know some more pros and cons of being single, let me know. But this final one is just social media. Oh boy, it's just as annoying as, like, having to, like, deal with couples, having a good time or whatnot. It's even more amplified because it's just on social media feed, and sometimes you have maybe little to no control of what happens, and just like when you see like just two people or more having a good time, you're just like, or a celebrity, get together with someone, you're like, what the fuck, or just all this other funny stuff. Yeah, man. Social media, man. If you're not careful with that, that can also amplify, a lot of like issues. You just be like, fucking hell, I hate these guys sometimes. So I don't know. It can suck. But yeah, those are the pros and cons to being single. So again, if you guys have more pros and cons of like being single, especially in your experiences, or just like learning from someone else, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know. How are we doing time? Okay, we're doing okay, somewhat. But let's just keep it going. And that is handling being alone, especially on Valentine's Day. Ooh, yeah. Especially on those days, February 14th, man. It could just be a pain in the butt. But the best way to just handle it is just like, again, treat Valentine's Day as like, just a normal day, but just, kind of avoid the couples a little bit. Just be like, whatever. Or if you don't want to go outside or whatnot, just chill, play video games, or do something like really fun and productive.
Self-love.
There you go. Celebrate self-love. Shout out to my mom. So yeah, absolutely. Celebrate self-love. Like, that should always be a thing, especially and love yourself.
Bring Valentine's to yourself.
Bring Valentine's to yourself. Boom! Look at that. That was a great idea. Oh yeah, absolutely. Please show love and respect to yourself. Abso-flippin'-lutely. Treat yourself with a lot of good stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's what you should do too. Like, again, back to the cookies. If you really want the chocolate chip cookies or whatever you're craving, you can have that on Valentine's Day. It's a good thing to, like, really, like, treat yourself. Maybe just, if there's like something that you want to like drink or whatnot, or like something that you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But just, of course, just like treat this as like, treat Valentine's Day as just, a normal day, but also just a day for you to just relax a little bit. And don't focus too much on the fact that, you're single and you don't have nobody. It's like, okay, I mean, you might not have the person right now, but you can still, again, treat yourself. Or heck, you could like send love letters or send love, stuff like that to your friends and family. Heck, I think we'll love, I guess we should, take this like analysis a little bit to like when we were all in kindergarten at one point. Where it's just like, Valentine's Day, I mean, sometimes you'll like give your candies or whatnot to someone that you like, had a crush on or you like in elementary school or whatever. But it's just like, you also send Valentine's Day to, your friends and, your, what, oh my God. Hold on, guys. Anyways, I'm back. And, just with Valentine's Day, just treat yourself to a lot of like good stuff. Maybe go to a movie or just, heck, send some love letters to your family, your friends, and, just some really good stuff like that. So, I think that's just the best way to, handle being alone on Valentine's Day. And let's go ahead and get to the fun part. Now, this is where it's going to get really juicy because there's a lot to, like, talk about here. And that is, of course, the myths and misconceptions of being single. So there's like, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's like, 8 myths and misconceptions of course, being single. So let's say, for example, like I mentioned before, there's something wrong with you. I've talked about that a few times previously with like the pros and cons of being single, and just just as an example. But I will definitely get into it a little bit. Being married or in a relationship will make you happy and live longer. Being too selfish is self-centered. Single is lonely and not fun. It's hard to make friends. You'll never find love again. Single people will have more, than married couples. And life without a partner will be meaningless. And I'm definitely going to cover all of it as best as possible. But starting with one, this concept of there's something wrong with you, like the myth on that is just crazy. Because to say that, there's like something, inherently wrong with you because of the fact that you're single is really, really bad and ridiculous. Because they're basically just like basing the fact that if you are, single, that means you're bad or you're a bad person or you're unlovable or whatnot, which is just far from the truth. Because it's just like, it could also just easily be, the fact that even if you are in a relationship or not, sometimes it might not be the best at times. Sometimes you may love or you may freaking hate each other sometimes. So it's just like, to just straight up say like, oh, there's like something like inherently wrong with you for the fact that you are like single is ridiculous, guys. It's like super dumb. Because like, again, there's nothing wrong with you if you're single or if you're in a relationship. It just means that, you might just be a normal person, or just if you got some things that you got to work on, then, work on it. But still, there's nothing inherently wrong with you. And if people think that, there is something wrong with you, then that is a problem. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, let's go to another myths and misconceptions. And that would be being married or in a relationship will make you happy and live longer. That's, I don't know if I can like completely agree with the whole being married or in a relationship will make you happy and live longer. That's just if it's healthy. Like, if it's healthy, where it's like you two are able to like, even like have a healthy communication, especially, with like confronting a lot of things, then yeah, it could definitely make you happy, and it definitely will make you live longer when you guys are, prioritizing the relationship. But again, not every relationship is gonna be, good or healthy, because sometimes 9 out of 10, it's awful. It sucks. Even when you're married or even when you're in a committed relationship, because it's just like you gotta deal with the fact that it's either that you guys are incompatible, especially with a lot of stuff that could happen, and maybe it could just be that something happened in life where it just like caused both of you to not be in sync with each other because of some life circumstances that can happen. It's just like a lot could happen, and you might be unhappy, and sometimes your mortality might take a big hit if it's not a great relationship. So it's just like, no, like I said, you should still base your happiness like just within yourself, but it does help a little bit to have with someone. I think it's just like the concept of, not concept, but just, I think it goes like this. The relationships that you're in should add to your happiness, not make it the reason why you're happy. Like, it shouldn't be, such like, a big thing that's the reason why you're happy. It's like, there should be more than just, you're in a relationship. It should just also like come from within. And then just like, having someone else that actually loves and cares for you as a person should be an add-on to your already amazing life. It shouldn't just be, this person means so much to me. I gotta, give up everything of myself to be with this person. Don't make that mistake, please. Just don't. But otherwise, it's just, again, being married or in a relationship, unless it is, a healthy relationship and it's gonna make you happy and live longer, is straight up like kind of bullshit. If it's just like, other relationships where it's just like, it's bad. Anyways, I digress with that. And speaking of which, this is like some comments that be sometimes a thing, which is like, being too selfish or too self-centered. And it's like, okay, again, even with people that are in relationships, they could also be too selfish and self-centered just as much as another person. It's just like, again, it doesn't matter who it is. It's just like, if you are an asshole, you're an asshole, regardless if you're single and a Pringle or also in a committed relationship. Heck, that's even worse if you're in a committed relationship, because you are essentially just basing everything all upon yourself instead of just, actually, sorry, what else got me there? Instead of like, basing the relationship between you and that person. It's just like always you, or your woes and everything, and never really taking the time to like maybe think about the another person. Like, nah, it's dumb. So it's like, not every single people are out here being selfish and self-centered. In fact, we might be the kindest people that you would love to like hang out with as friends or whatnot, or just, be chill with. Because like, not all of us are selfish or self-centered. Now, are there ones that are bitter and are going to be just like all about themselves? Yes, absolutely. AKA incels. But it's like, not a lot of us are out here, doing this where it's like we're bashing, people like women or whoever. It's just like, nah. It's just like sometimes it could just be, again, like life circumstances happen where it's just like, we're single at the moment or we're single forever. Who really knows? Who really knows? Which I think I'll add as a myth and misconception at some point in this video. But anyways, let's keep it going. Single is lonely and not fun. Only if you make it lonely and not fun. Because it's like, I mean, yeah, it could suck. And yeah, loneliness is a thing that happens. And that is a con that, a lot of single people will, encounter all the time. But it's like, it's not like bad or anything. Because like, sometimes you gotta like, again, you gotta make yourself happy sometimes. You gotta make yourself, entertained about some things. You know what I'm saying? Like make singleness, a fun time to just discover yourself. Like, that's your prime time to just like, be able to do whatever you want to do. Again, as long as you're not out here harming people. But just like, this will be a good time to just like focus on yourself, focus on your likes and dislikes. And heck, if you want to go even deeper, you could just like, look within yourself, if you're into that, spiritualness, sometimes, you could just like look within your soul and just like figure some things out that you want to do with your life, and maybe like, work on, healing from trauma that has happened in life and stuff like that. And then on top of that, if you want to like, do a little bit of self-care, you could also like, take care of your nails, take care of your face, take care of your body, take care of your hair, and all this other stuff. Because again, you only have one body, so it's best to like take care of it. So yeah, and also if you're like into like some really fun things like sports or video games or whatnot, this could also be a good time to just like do that too. Just have that be as your leisure after you're done, working or whatever you guys are doing. Either you're like at school or work or, doing some stuff like, entertainment wise, which is what I'm also doing. But it's just like, yeah, just, no, single, it can be fun sometimes. It's not really as bad as people make it out to be. So, yeah, single is only not fun. I mean, again, that's only if you allow it to happen. But nonetheless, it can get fun and it can be, great. And I gotta take a break real quick. But anyways, how are we doing time? Okay, we're doing okay. I think this one's gonna be a little long, but again, it's just like a lot to like, cover, and so it's gonna be a little like tough to like, whatever. I'm not gonna say too much on that, but otherwise, it might be a little bit of a long video. But again, if you guys enjoy it, then of course I'm gonna keep making it. But anyways, let's keep it going. So we discussed that there's something wrong with you, being married, a relationship will make you happy live longer, yada yada, being too selfish and self-centered, single is lonely and not fun. Now we got some few more. We got it's hard to make friends. Da da da. All right, so let's start off with it's hard to make friends. No, it actually is not that hard to make friends. I mean, again, that's just if you are allowing this to happen. It's just as bad as if you're allowing, singleness to be, lonely and not fun. But otherwise, anyways, it's like it can get tough if it's like, if most of your friends are like, in a committed relationship or not, then yeah, that can suck for a bit because then, you might not spend a lot of time with your friend because of the fact that they're in a committed relationship with another person. Albeit that's kind of silly because it's just like, you should still be able to have, you know, life outside of being in a relationship. I'm just saying though. But otherwise, it's just, yeah, no, it's not really that hard to make friends. In fact, it's surprisingly easy, especially when you're single and you're just focused on yourself and whatnot. It can be a fun thing sometimes, but of course, me being an introvert, it's a different story because I'm just like, I don't really want to make too much friends here because I'm actually really just wanting to keep things mostly to myself. But it's like I don't have like hard time also making friends either. It's just like sometimes it just happens, and I just like talk to them about stuff, and like either I may have complimented their shirt, or I complimented something, or sometimes it could just be just out of circumstances where it's just like we like the same thing, and it's just like that's how it works sometimes. Like that's pretty much how I was able to maintain such a interesting friendship with a lot of people, even in high school and sometimes in college. So that's kind of fun. But all I'm saying is just like being single is like it's like it can get tough, but it's not really that hard to make friends. It's just again, you gotta like sometimes just like think if you really want to make friends, then of course do that. And yeah, it might be tough if it's like if you have friends that are in committed relationships, then yeah, that could be annoying. But it's just like sometimes you just gotta like find other friends that are single or whatever. Or maybe if you're still friends with people who are in relationships or whatnot, you could just still make it fun and you can still plan some times with the person. It's just that again, they have other priorities, which is again their relationship with another person or just a lot of things. But just like having them around as a friend can always help. And sometimes some of those friends can also be your best wingman because you never know. You might end up finding love from like your friends that are like in relationships because like especially if it's like a really good one, they will absolutely do their best to make sure that not only is they succeeding, like they would also would want their friends to also succeed just as much, if not even more. So you never know. You might end up unintentionally having a wingman or wing girl or whatever. Like that'd be awesome. I mean, heck, I've had like unintentionally had like some of my friends be my wingman and wing girl for a lot of things. So hey, shout out to them. But otherwise, yeah, it's definitely not that hard to make friends. Absolutely not. Like it's a lot easier than people again make it out to believe. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be an interesting one, and that is you will never find love ever again. And also, with life without a partner would be meaningless. So it's kind of the same thing. So, yeah, I remember dealing with that the first few months after again what happened in my relationship, where it's just like I will never find love ever again. I will never find someone like her, and like life without her or life without a partner, whatnot would be super bad and meaningless, and I don't know what to do. And it's just like those thought processes that run into your mind for a bit until like again you do the work to help yourself because like that's additionally what I thought too. And I was just like thinking oh, my life is going to suck from now, and I'm not gonna have this, I'm not gonna have that, and it's gonna just be all types of just bad situations. And no, I mean yeah, like with life it can suck sometimes because again life happens, but it's just like it didn't got worse for me. Like yeah, I would get lonely here and there, but every sometimes I just like to just have my peace. To be completely honest, like even like for a year, even two, oh god, it felt liberating to like finally discover the things or rediscover the things I've been loving about stuff, like revisiting some stuff that happened in my childhood, which is mostly like cartoons and just like rediscovering a little bit of that, and just discovering some like joy that I had, and just learning a lot about myself, and just most importantly just being able to like take care of myself, even from fitness. Oh man, that helped tremendously. So it's just like, nah, it's like to think like, oh, I'll never be loved and I'll never be like cared for or whatnot was so stupid. Even I had to like say that to myself, to think, oh, I would never have this. It's like, that's dumb. Like, I deserve love and respect and dignity and all that just as much as everybody else, and I will never tolerate anything less, because I know how it was the last time. So it's just like, nah, I will never sell myself short, or just like make myself feel less because the fact that some person told me that I'll never find this, or I will never forget about them, or whatnot, or just some dumb shit. Like, it's emotional manipulation. It really is. And I did that to myself. That happened, and yeah, no. It's just, no. You will find love. And yes, life without a partner can suck sometimes, but your life, sometimes even without, a significant other, sometimes can be a blessing, especially if you're like single and not a widow or whatnot, because that is a very complex situation. But otherwise, it's just like, you can still live your life, even if you may not have, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you're into, or a wife, or husband, or again, whatever you're into. And just, it's gonna suck, but at the same time, it's just like, it's not gonna like suck a lot more if, everything. Again, like I said, for like being single is only not fun, and it's hard to make friends. You won't get allowed that if it's like you keep thinking that, and just like put in the work to like maybe like better yourself, because again, some of these are choices. Yes, are there some that are life circumstances that are beyond our control? Yes, that could happen too. But it's just like, again, with stuff like this, it's gonna suck, but again, you still got the choice of whether or not to make your life a little bit more better or a little bit worse. I don't know. It's just like, again, people are gonna do whatever. Hopefully they can do better, but you never can truly know. Otherwise, it's just, all I gotta say is like, you can still find love, and life without a significant other can be cool. It's just like, whatever things that you want to like prioritize in life, prioritize that. Like, if it's family, if it's friends, or it's a career that you're in, or whatever, prioritize that. Speaking of which, we'll be getting to in the last bullet point, but it's just important to like know that, like, yes, it sucks, but it'll get better. And then to end off with the last myth and misconception here, that would be, single people have more, fun times than married couples. The S and E and the whatever. Yeah, I wish that was true, but no, actually, it's a lot tougher. In fact, even more so, because just like, that's kind of the point. You're trying to be with another single person, and you never truly know whether or not they want to, keep it casual, or, be long term. And now that we're like in the date age of like, online dating, that could suck a lot more, especially if you gotta deal with ghosting. Like, it sucks, man. Like, being ghosted can suck. And also, I've also ghosted a lot of people, so sorry about that. But otherwise, it was just like, yeah, ghosting, that could be a thing, and just people can be wishy-washy about a lot of things, from, of course, Facebook dating to Tinder to what the heck ever, because yeah, no, definitely not. And sometimes, not necessarily like married couples, but like, let's say, somebody that's in like in a committed relationship tend to have a little bit more, good times together, especially whatever. But I don't want to get too much on that, because then that'll be that might make this video age restricted, and I ain't trying to go there. All I'm gonna say is just that, no, Not a lot of single people get a lot of action. I wish we may have, but there might be some few exceptions. But it's just like no, we really don't get a lot of action sometimes. Like it depends on the situation, of course, but otherwise, it's tough out here, man. It really is. So yeah, for the ones that are already kind of doing that, keep doing it, and also be safe with it, especially if you're not ready for a lot of things. So just have fun, practice safe things, and don't go too crazy. Please communicate what you like and don't like, and establish boundaries, and you guys are good to go. So that's all I gotta say about the myths and misconceptions of being single. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys also have some myths and misconceptions of being single as well, just let me know in the comments as well. And let's go ahead and get done with the 2 bullet points here, and that would be the benefits of being single and prioritizing health and well-being. So starting off with the benefits of being single, just like how it is with like being, like the pros and cons of being single. And I would say again, being single, like the benefits, the huge benefits you get from this is again, you prioritize yourself. You work on better yourself every single day. You get to work out. You get to take care of your body. Take care of your skin. Take care of everything. Hell, maybe like cleaning up the room or cleaning up the place, and just like make your life a little bit better. And also, since you don't have to like spend a lot of time or money on a person, and you really got that with yourself, you save a ton of time and ton of money just by just having fun by yourself. Sometimes you can even take yourself to the movies. Yeah, are there gonna be some people that are gonna look at you all a little weird because you don't have somebody with you? Sure, but it's like, who cares if it's like if it's a movie that you really enjoy and you really want to watch and you want to do it by yourself, do it. It's gonna cost you a lot less when you're by yourself. Of course, getting the movies, and especially like going to theaters or whatnot, can be a bit pricey. So it's just like, it just depends. But it's just like, if you really want to like do something and you want to like take care of yourself, or just do stuff like that, absolutely. Because like that, this is like the time where it's just like you have yourself. You don't have another person to like deal with. You really just got yourself, and you really just gotta prioritize getting your happiness and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, like stuff can happen in life. It really doesn't matter. But at the same time, it's just like you gotta again take care of yourself. And I know I've said this like many times, but that's the point of doing all this, is that you are building yourself the best life you can have. And this goes for men, this goes for women, this goes for everyone else that might be single right now due to a lot of this and that. This is your time to just like focus on things that are very, very important to you. Again, that's like yourself, your body, your family, your friends, stuff that actually matters. So yeah, that's definitely the benefits. And sleeping right, and taking some vitamins. And if you would like, you could even like get yourself like some really cool things to like like what makes you happy, essentially. And just keep doing that. And last thing, how we doing time real quick? Okay, we can finish this up for this one. So this last point will be prioritizing your health and well-being regardless of the relationship status. So yes, regardless of your relationship status, it is very, very, very important to prioritize your health and well-being, because life can happen no matter what. And you got to make sure that, with health and your well-being or whatnot, is taken care of, especially your physical health, your mental health, your psychological health. Heck, if you are also into, the spirit stuff, your spiritual well-being. Like, you got to take care of all that. You know what I'm saying? And most importantly, protect your peace. Because, again, you don't want to deal with someone that's going to, like, treat you less than you are deserving, okay? Like, You don't want to deal with that all the time. So it's best to like, look out for red flags, and if they're like, like messing up your like your spirit, or like they're fucking up your peace, then 9 times out of 10 it's not gonna be a great relationship to be in. It doesn't matter if it's like a friendship or in a relationship or whoever. Sometimes you might have to cut them off to protect your peace, and know that whatever. All I'm saying is just like take care of it, okay? Because like I've been saying, you only got one body and you got one mind. So please do your best to take care of this, because like at any given moment in life, you know, our end destination is death. So it's just what we can do right now within our control, at least in this moment or whatever, is that we take care of ourselves as best as possible. Now, we're not looking to try to be perfect and be like the perfect person or perfect husband, perfect wife, perfect what the heck ever, perfect anything. We're not even striving for anything like that. Now, we can get close to it, but it's like we can, again, perfection is going to be tough to always nail. But what's important is like the journey to, become the best version of yourself. And it may take time. Shit, it may take you, maybe a couple months, maybe even a couple years. Hell, it may even take you a couple of decades or century, whatever. It's like if you're still around and you're still able to, like, continue to, better yourself, then that's all that matters. And even if you are in a relationship, make sure that you and your partner are good and you guys are compatible with a lot of things. And, you take care of one another as best as possible. Whether that's, physical and emotional needs for a bit, or just checking up on each other every now and then. And what helps is communication. Please talk to your partner about some issues that's going on and within a relationship with respect and dignity, and just, do your absolute best to, help out whenever possible with that relationship, or be able to like maintain it as best as possible with the love of your life. Because sometimes having a heart to heart and having some tough conversations with them can, really like, eat at your soul, and it can like suck sometimes. And heck, you might feel like, oh man, is this even worth it? But just like think, is it worth fighting for someone that's gonna like, truly care? Because like if they also care, they will also be doing the work similarly. But again, I digress. All I'm saying is like, regardless of relationship status, whether you're single, whether you're taken, or whether you are married or whatever, or poly, please, under any given circumstances, you prioritize the most important things that you have, and that is your health and your well-being. And those are things that are very, very important. And I want to leave off with this. So, again, it has been 3 years since I've last been in a committed relationship. And, in that relationship, it wasn't really the best. At times, I've done some not so great things. My ex hasn't really done all that good either. And it's just like, it was not the best relationship. It really was not. So, it sucks, but it is what it is. And, every now and then I do want to have somebody with me, and I want to talk to them about like, some really cool things. But it's like at the same time, it's like I realize, being single for 3 years has like actually got me, better as a person. Of course I'm not perfect, I'm still going to make mistakes here and there, but it's just like I'm working towards at least improving on myself, every day, and just getting better over time. But otherwise, it's just, for these past like 3 years, since I've never really, been like held down by another person, not in that way, but like, just cuffed, like, being in a relationship, whatever. It was just like, it felt pretty liberating to just like, focus on myself and focus on my career and focus on stuff that actually matters to me. Again, like my friends, my family, and, my work, my career. These are things that are very, very important to me. And, I would rather continue to do that. And even maybe I won't be, destined to be, in a relationship. That's fine, because I already got my needs met from just having a good family with, or good relationship with my family, and good relationship with my friends, and a pretty good relationship with, some people, especially online sometimes. Sometimes it depends, but it's just that, you know, I got so many things that I plan to do for this year and beyond that it's just like it's just again for now I just believe that it would make sense that I would probably have to remain single for at least for a little while until I'm truly ready to be in a relationship. And also there's one thing I want to add is there's also nothing wrong with also finding love while also being single. Like if you are truly ready to be in a relationship with another person, go after it. But also like remember to, again, protect your peace and protect as best as possible about a lot of stuff. And you might not get it like right every now and then, but just like, you know, you learn from it and you grow and you just like you you are better able to pick the people that actually mean, the most to you, like friendships and relationships. But anyways, like back to me. Yeah, it's just there are some moments that I feel a little lonely, and sometimes I would want to have someone, by my side throughout some darkest times too. But it's like, it's not really all that bad because, like, it's not that I need a girlfriend. I want one. It's just that I don't need it. Especially now that I like realize like I can still take care of myself as an adult. So it's like, I get it, bare minimum, you're supposed to be doing that. But let's just keep it real. Not a lot of adults are really doing this sometimes. So it's just like, even though it is a bare minimum and people need to be doing this, it takes a minute. All right. Like, let's just try to like give each other a little bit of a break to at least like, grow into that. Because like, there's just some things that, some adults are just like having some issues, like, dealing with. So it's like, you gotta like understand that and sympathize a little bit with that, while also still say like, come on, like, get your shit together a little bit, all right, and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely would say, I definitely got my shit, and I'm working towards, bettering myself every single day. And yeah, it's it gets lonely sometimes, but the best way I could like deal with this is just, if I need help, I'll be able to, again, whatever. But I don't want to get into too much on that. But otherwise, it's just, being single is not that bad. Hey, I've been single for 3 years and I'm doing just okay. Like, could it be better? Yes, absolutely. Anything could get a little better. But thus far, I've been enjoying the process of having my peace and being able to just love myself. At this point, sometimes I can't help but just like, love myself a little bit where it's just like, I appreciate me. Not in a way where it's just like I'm a narcissist and just like not considerate of other people. I am. It's just like I, again, still prioritize my peace and my well being because that's, what matters as well as, care for another person. Because again, if you care about yourself and take care of yourself, then you also are able to take care of other people. So just like the saying goes, if you're not able to love yourself, then how are you going to be able to love others? So as always, again, self-love all the way through. Take care of yourself as best as possible, especially your mental health. And as always, whether you're single or not, please prioritize your health and well-being regardless of the relationship status. And also continue to be, the smart and amazing, sexy bastards that you guys are. And how are we doing time? Real quick. Okay. Let's go ahead and end this. So, anyways. This is your boy Shazman21 signing out. I just want to come on here for this nice little video about, being single or not. And if you guys have like any questions on that, let me know. And yeah, we could talk about, like the pros and cons. We could even talk about the myths and misconceptions. Yeah, we could just have like, an ongoing conversation about like, being single and also being in a relationship and how we can like all like mingle together to like talk about like some great things to, like, cope with like what's been going on with life. and just, you know, try to support each other as best as possible. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all just a community that are here to just at least do our best to help each other and not be trolly assholes. At least not all the time, okay? There are some times where it's just like being a bit of a troll can be funny, but if you do it way too many times, no, it gets annoying. It's just as bad as like having a class clown. Every now and then we do want a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of fun, but if they constantly keep doing that, it can lose its novelty very quickly, and it starts to slowly and actually, quite frankly, very quickly turn fucking annoying sometimes. So it's just like, you know, a little bit of that helps, but otherwise, just the best we could do is just at least love each other, or more importantly, have a little bit of sympathy to each other, where, you know, we understand each other's, you know, issues or, you know, situations of life, and we just gotta, like, you know, take care of ourselves. But anyways, as always, peace, love, and positivity. Peace, love, and positivity is all, and I will see you guys in another lit YouTube video. And as always, stay positive, stay amazing, stay being you, stay being positive, stay being just everything that you are, and of course, self-love all the time. Please take care of it. And if you're in a relationship, please love your partner. Please communicate to a lot of things about your partner and all types of stuff. And, you know, you can have a kick-ass relationship with a kick-ass girlfriend, boyfriend, what the hell you guys are into, and just, you know, keep doing you guys. All right? Anyways, this is your boy Shazman21 signing out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Boom!